Yes, happy new month. We have entered the second month of the year 2026. So, una go things say time no day, or time no day. So, if you have any project, if you have anything that you intend to accomplish this year, I hope that you have already started working towards it. If you think you have time, there is no time. They say time no they wait for anybody. So, if you know, say you get plans to do this year 2026, you better get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Political Spotlight. Right about now, we have quite a lot that we want to cover in our just political landscape, and I must tell you, the situation is gaining momentum. According to Yeson Wiki, politics has begun full on. What I mean, like full on, that politics don't start quick. So the propaganda, information overload, I would implore you to just stick to your conscience. Whoever it is you're supporting, just keep it in mind that I'm supporting this person. When it's time for me to cast my vote, this person I want to vote for, because the propaganda machine that is on right now, it's crazy, and they're using every ammunition. They're using ethnicity, they're using religion, they're using everything. Like everything is viewed through the lens and prism of politics. So if you're not careful, you will actually get confused. You may begin to develop some negative emotional tendencies towards the people that you have grown up with or people that you used to know. So do not let this period deter you and make you become someone else. Make sure that you have a mind of your own, and if you want to research about anything politically, make sure that you are researching objectively, not based on propaganda, certain information, specifically through social media. Social media is a weapon through which propaganda is running through, and if you're not careful, you may get swept in, you may get flawed, and I don't know, it could actually affect your psyche. So to protect your space, make sure that you are reading up, following events in the polity, and you're personally convinced on what you know. Not that anyone is just unnecessarily influencing you and using anything to deter you. So the one thing I want to advise us before I commence the show is this, and I'm going to advise, or rather give my own perception or opinion to our Southeast brothers and sisters. There has been a little bit of calm in the Southeast. I would say since last year, everyone went home. People experienced some sort of peace. Activities were rife and all of that. But now, we've been seeing some videos on social media of some certain persons who says they're soldiers in the forest fighting for a certain whatever, especially since Gentle the Yahoo came back on. I got to know that Gentle the Yahoo is not of ESN or Biafra. He's of the Autopilot group, that is the Biafran government in exile set of persons that that's the faction that he belongs to. And I want to say, ever since he came back on, we began to see a couple of them who used to stay in the bush give their order, give their mandate and all whatnot. And I would say that if you people are fighting for something and you've been using a particular method to fight for something, if that method hasn't worked, is it not time for you to re-strategize, to think of a different approach to fight for that thing? And this time around, maybe don't be too obvious, too loud. Maybe this time around you work silently and legally see how you can work through what you want to achieve. I mean, it's very important, because this kind of thing has caused see finish. A group of people used to be highly respected, used to be mysterious. All of a sudden, a couple of derogatory comments are being made all over the place, and it's seen as if there's no education or or there's no focus or direction. If it is obvious that your leaders no longer represent your interests, why don't you start working towards putting people there who would represent your interest and fight for whatever it is you're fighting? Because if you've been going about it the way you've been going about it and nothing has worked, instead it's your people who have gotten hurt, you have reduced your population, there is no bargaining chip, and you've been going about it a certain way and it's not working, then what does that mean? It means you come together and look for a peaceful means through which you can do what you want to do, and not to broadcast everything or put yourself out there unnecessarily and attract unwanted or unnecessary attention. A couple of you are outside the country. You're in diaspora. You're making your money. Your families, some of you, your families are not even in Nigeria. Your families are in abroad, or you're in other states going about your businesses, but you're happy for uncertainty and chaos to take place in your region because of a certain agenda, and meanwhile your family members are not there. What about people who are vulnerable, who do not have anywhere to go, who do not have anywhere to move to, who do not have anybody to help them, and they are locked in that place? And if anything that happens affects them, what do? It's a big question. Now, investment opportunities are beginning to come in. A couple of persons have been saying, go to your region, go and develop it. If you say that Nigeria no longer loves you, go to your region and develop it and do what you want to do there. Then you now use your own hands to create chaos in a place that you're attracting your people to come back home to and feel safe. I don't think it makes any sense, and I don't think it's relevant. I think it is time that a form of introspection takes place. A conversation is had, and where our youth are not derailed, where our youth are not taken advantage of. Yes, the clamor is there, the passion is there, but if it is not properly channeled, if it is not properly directed, it will become dangerous, and something that is supposed to be something of hope may be something dreadful. I am just putting it out there. I am saying, if you get it, I hope you get it. If you don't get it, then forget about it. Let me just use that word. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Political Spotlight. What are we starting with today? I will tell you something, Like I said, the drama has started and it is not going to reduce anytime soon. So apparently, a chieftain of the ADC, right, Olaleko Anjolaya, has condemned the attack on members of the party who recently defected from the Labour Party. So members of the Labour Party defected to the ADC. It was on Saturday. They were holding a ceremony. It was organized to formally welcome former Labour Party members into the ADC in Ali Mosho local government area. Ali Mosho local government area is one of the biggest local governments in Lagos State. Now, apparently, the witnesses there said hoodlums, numbering more than 100, stormed the first venue of the Labour Party office in Idimu, and they chased the members, including party officials, out of the premises. The attackers were said to have wielded weapons such as knives, canes, and assaulted those they caught during the chaos. Some party members reportedly sustained varying degrees of injuries during the attack. Party officials later relocated the event to an alternative venue at the Eco Center event in Egbeda. Olarewaju Olushola, chairman of the Labour Party in Alimosho, described the attack on his members as unwarranted. Moses Akijobi, secretary of the party in Alimosho, said police had earlier stopped plans for the open ceremony on the grounds that approval had not been obtained. Akijobi said they contacted Bani Wanda Area M Commander, who reportedly told them that only the Commissioner of Police could approve political events. So the big question is this: are we saying that any state that is run by the APC and opposition cannot hold a rally, hold a campaign, or hold a meeting? Because it's actually scary, and this is not the first time this is happening in Lagos. When Rhodes Vival was trying to defect to the ADC, the same thing happened. So what exactly is going on? What does this mean? Is this a way to ensure that no form of opposition whatever holds any meeting? Like, I don't understand. Are we in a democratic dispensation? Are we in a democratic setting? I've never seen something like this during Buhari's administration. I don't think it happened like this. I mean, with all the things that everybody said about Buhari, it wasn't like this. So people cannot hold meetings anymore anywhere in the country. Are we not running a federal government? So it means right now that if you're in the opposition, you cannot hold a meeting. So when it's time for campaign, what will happen? There'll be guns and knives and wheels on opposition who comes to campaign or rally. Wike has been inadvertently rallying for President Bola Tinubu. If it was the opposition that was doing that, what would have been the statement? That INEC has not given up and has not released a timetable or schedule for campaigning. But Wike has been campaigning for, in fact, since December last year, holding rallies, holding meetings, gathering set of persons, all in the name that he's touring. But you can tell that it's a campaign. He has openly said that this is the time for politics. He's been campaigning, and nobody stopped him. Nobody said, Wike, what you're doing is wrong. This is a campaign rally. Nobody said anything. Like literally having campaign rallies all over in Rivers. So are we saying now that in Lagos, for example, because this is basically where we've been witnessing it, the other time was it in Kano or so, or Kaduna, when El Rufai also wanted to hold a meeting for ADC members and officially do his membership registration and all of that. They had hoodlums who came to distort the premises and disrupt the process, and they were wielding weapons. So what does this indicate? Are we experiencing another dispensation of authoritarianism where it's no longer democracy, but if it is not APC, nothing else? This is really scary. I don't know how to explain this, and nobody is saying anything. If you ask questions, they will tell you that, they did not get any permission. Before you go for a meeting like that, obviously permission is needed. But the permission wasn't given on time. It seemed deliberate. Weapons for people. I don't know how 2027 is going to be, but that's what actually happened very recently. And like I said, it's actually very scary. We'll be looking into that. What does this determine? How will this shape our political space now that this year is basically the year of politicking? So politicians cannot meet together. If you're not a member of the APC, you may not converge, you may not meet anywhere, so you have to hold secret meetings like you are in a court or whatever. And you know how it is now, things are sensitive. If it is found out that you're holding a secret meeting, they may think that you're planning against the government. Who knows? But is this the kind of administration that this current political party wants to be known for? If this is the precedent they are setting, then after this administration, what happens if another administration adopts the same method? What are we doing as a country? Exactly. This is a dangerous precedent, and if the APC doesn't curb it, it is not going to be funny. Power is transient. It's not going to remain with one person for a very long time. I hope they understand that. Anyways, Peter Obi has called on Nigerians to pray for politicians, saying the political class is responsible for most of the country's problems. The former Anambra State governor and 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate made the statement during a Thanksgiving service held in Oyo State today. The event took place at the Cathedral of St. Peter, Aremo, Ibadan, as part of activities marking the state's 50th anniversary. Speaking to the congregation, Peter Obi said Nigeria's crisis is not caused by ordinary citizens, but by those in leadership positions. He urged Nigerians to remember political leaders in their prayers and ask God to change their hearts. He explained that Nigeria is richly endowed with human and natural resources, but continues to struggle because of poor governance and misuse of public funds. Okay, well, it's not surprising. He has always maintained that fact. Still on the political scene, ADC is accusing APC of forcing civil servants into their party. They raised the alarm over what they described as widespread and coordinated attempts to compel Nigerian civil servants to register for the All Progressives Congress through its ongoing e-registration exercise. This was contained in a statement signed by the party's National Publicity Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi. The ADC said it had received consistent reports from different parts of the country alleging that public servants are being pressured to register for the ruling party as a condition for job security, career progression, or continued access to their livelihoods. APC is not relenting. So opposition, I don't know. It seems you may also have to get your hands dirty, because I don't think the ruling party intends to play fair, and they're not going about the whole democratic and fair objective rights. So you know what I mean. Power is not served a la carte. You grab it, snatch it, run away with it, whichever way you want to consider. So I think you need to start learning strategically to fight dirty. Otherwise, or you're low, you're in your room. Meanwhile, again, you guys don't take things personal. Politics is just basically what it is. But like I said, don't take things personal. Meanwhile, there are issues about Kwankwaso joining the ADC because of Peter Obi's presidential ticket uncertainty, and there are talks that the APC is trying to lure Peter Obi. I don't know how true that is, because I have never heard the president address him, speak about him. The only thing I know is that his aides, the supporters, the data boys, Peter Obi is a name that they love to tackle, to the extent that they call him all forms of names, as if he's the only one in the opposition. Well, I don't know if this particular story is true about APC members trying to lure him to possibly see that if he joins the APC, there's a tendency that at least there's a workable ability for somebody from the southeast to have an entrance somehow, or a connection to Aso Rock in 2031. I don't know how true that is, but the idea is, if you partner with Tinubu, he could use his influence, use his political sagacity to ensure that at some point or the other, you can have a connection to Aso Rock. But Peter Obi has said he's not desperate to be president. So, and if you have condemned a lot of activities of this political party, why would you want to get yourself lured into it? I don't know how true that is, but obviously a lot of persons are saying stuff. And when it comes to politics like this, you can see, like I said, propaganda is rife there. Anything to make anybody feel better. But for now, the former Kano State governor and national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has delayed his planned defection to the ADC amid concerns over over the party's presidential ticket. Apparently, highly placed sources within the Kwankwasia movement and the ADC disclosed that Kwankwaso's defection was tied to a proposed alliance with former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi under a joint 2027 ticket. I'm sure you heard that former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was trying to create a scenario where you would have a Peter Obi and Kwankwaso ticket. They had spoken to Kwankwaso, they've reached out to him to see how they can actually work with that. But at the same time, Kwankwaso was also possibly considering the APC. But now you see what has happened. He has fallen out, he has lost in that regard, and so Kwankwaso is in the wind. The only thing right now is if he can join the ADC and possibly get to a kind of consensus with them. But as it stands now, Kwankwaso is uncertain. For him, he believes that if there is a certainty that Peter Obi will get that ticket, then fine, he can join. But that the way the things are right now, that the party formation is for Atiku, and if it is for Atiku, there is no way he can join the ADC because he cannot be a vice, and not another northerner cannot be chosen to be a vice to a northerner. So what the sources are saying is that for the Kwankwasia team, they say they believe the South should complete their 8 years, and that it's only possible through Peter Obi, meaning Peter Obi is presidential flag bearer and Kwankwaso vice. That leaves Kwankwaso in a good position to run in 2031. They noted that Obi and Kwankwaso's camps had met with key national leaders to galvanize support for the ex-Anambra governor's presidential ambition, but that the conclusion of wider consultations concerning the defection is still ongoing, and they don't know if it will take place, but it might take place. They are still speaking with him. They seek to welcome him to the ADC, but the uncertainty is what is derailing him from defecting officially to the ADC. Bolaji Abdullahi declined to comment on this development. He admitted that Kwankwaso remains a strong political figure, but he declined to speak on Kwankwaso refusing to join the ADC because of the uncertainty of Peter Obi having to clinch that ticket. For example, again, this is what they're saying. I am not part of any committee speaking with Kwankwaso, so I don't know what they're talking about. That's what Bolaji Abdullahi said. However, Ladipo Johnson said that there has been no useful information on the matter, that they're not in possession of anything. But as it stands now, for now, as it seems like the political dynamic that is at play is the fact that they're still consulting, and the consultations, until the consultations are concluded, nothing serious will happen in terms of Kwankwaso defecting to the ADC. For example, his bargaining chip into the ADC is Mr. Peter Obi, notwithstanding the dynamism of the whole situation. But with what they are seeing, certain strong allies are pulling the ADC for Atiku, and if that is where they are tearing, Kwankwaso does not see his interest being served there. You recall when Kwankwaso was also having a negotiation with the APC, his term was, are you going to choose me as a vice president, and you're going to place my members in key positions in the National Assembly and the House of Reps? A couple of persons said that Kwankwaso was overreaching in the demand he was making, and so APC decided to let him go, and they were able to woo, Yusuf to join the APC. So now it may seem that Kwankwaso does not really have that political weight or that political might anymore as he was thought to have had where they were negotiating with him. So right now the uncertainty in the ADC is the situation. Despite Peter Obi saying that we do not want you guys calling names or saying Peter Obi or nothing or whatever, well, the supporters are insisting that ADC, you guys don't even understand. You don't even know where we are. Meanwhile, Peter Obi is galvanizing for Dr. Moses Paul. The FCT council elections are taking place, and he has actually been pulling crowd. Like Peter Obi personally has been pulling crowd along with Dr. Moses Paul, meaning that he's been moving along with Dr. Moses Paul in Juba. There was a lot of presence there, and a couple of the surrounding areas where you can see the mammoth crowd that came out to show support. And Peter Obi used the opportunity to say, not just for Moses Paul, my party is the ADC. I'm begging you guys, please vote for my party. My party is all about change, right? Interesting. Meanwhile, Aisha Yesufu is also calling out the APC and saying that you guys should know something, that the North is not happy with Tinubu. A lot of them are disgruntled. Eileen Dume too has come out to also cast aspersions at Tinubu by saying that the president dumped a lot of the persons who were his close allies, who helped him, while he was governor of Lagos State, and somehow they have monopolized monopolized how things happen at the, at Aso Rock, but you can never tell. So for Aisha Yusuf, she's saying that the North are really not happy with Tinubu, that they're actually not happy. That anyone who thinks that the North is showing any form of support, that the person is not being real at all. Is that true? Because you have a lot of members in the APC who are from the North and they're sticking their tent with the APC. There are talks that some of them may actually go through a form of implosion if the APC is not as decisive as now, meaning that all those that had a proposition to be governors, because some other persons have defected with the promise that they'll get the automatic ticket, what then happens to those who had been waiting for their turn to be governors in 2027? Well, if you know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he will compensate you greatly. For anybody to have defected and they promise you automatic ticket, whoever was supposed to be the governorship candidate in APC must have been consulted with, and they must have promised that person that he'll be highly and duly compensated. I'm sure you saw what happened with the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale. He ran for governorship, and obviously, based on some political calculations, they were like, we will help you out, we will do what we know how to do. And that was how that whole thing came on board. Ladies and gentlemen, I only have one person with me today. I wanted to invite Barrister Fred Nzako, but he has a matter and he'll be appearing in court tomorrow. He has to prepare and sort it out. I wanted him to speak because he is in the ADC right now. There are some of the members who defected from the PDP to the ADC, and they're the inner caucus of what is going on in the ADC. I wanted him to give us a clear insight into the negotiation aspect of Kwankwaso and the uncertainty about Peter Obi clinching that ticket. Mr. Tony Bata, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm fine. Happy Sunday.
Same to you, and happy new month. This is a month of love.
You look like God created you on Sunday.
Me?
Honestly speaking.
Oh, thank you so much.
I wish our viewers would see your face.
Yeah, we're on YouTube actually. If you want to toe the line of Mr. Tony Bata, you can join us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM on YouTube. We're currently streaming live. Mr. Tony, let me start off with this. Do you think Peter Obi can be lured to join the APC? I mean, strong promises could be made.
Peter Obi can sit and go to heaven.
Are you serious?
Peter Obi cannot.
Why you say can sit and go to heaven?
Satan cannot go to heaven. Peter Obi cannot join APC.
What do you
that one I'm certain.
Why are you certain?
All those things are some of the propagandas.
I have asked you this question one day. I said, when it comes to politics like this, is it about the party or the candidate? And I remember asking you, I said, if it was Professor Yemi Osinbajo that the APC had chosen to be their presidential candidate, don't you think that a couple of persons who have issues with the APC will still support the APC because of Yemi Osinbajo?
If it is Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Tony Bata will support him.
You support him?
Yes.
Despite the fact that he's in the APC?
Yes, because he will help to put APC in a proper position. We know the little time he was in authority, what happened. But now APC is beyond repair.
What I'm asking you, I've asked you this question. Is it about individual or political party?
It's not about
and you just confirmed to me now that if despite how bad the APC may seem, if they had chosen a candidate of your liking, it is obvious that this is about personality. You don't like President Tinubu.
I never like APC.
You don't like APC.
Honestly
and
speaking.
I asked myself, if it was Yemi Osinbajo, wouldn't you vote for APC?
I know that Yemi Osinbajo will change things in APC.
How?
Because he has left them. He's no longer with them.
Who told you he's no longer with APC?
He cannot be with them.
APC,
not APC.
He's very well with APC.
He has to be there to answer them. He's not with them.
Okay.
He's too neat to be with APC.
So you don't believe that Peter Obi could be lured to join the APC?
I still repeat what I'm saying.
Okay.
Satan cannot go to heaven. And Jesus cannot go to hell.
Very okay. All right, let's continue in this regard. Meanwhile, there are talks about what's going on in the ADC. And Kwankwaso's team are saying that they're still consulting, but because of Peter Obi's ticket uncertainty, because the ticket is supposed to be Peter Obi Kwankwaso, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is actually trying to float that ticket. But there's some other people who believe that even if it is an Obi or Kwankwaso that emerges, ADC wouldn't actually get it. That Kwankwaso doesn't have that might, that weight anymore to deliver, because you need a strong northern candidate. If El-Rufai is not on the ballot, like a vice to Peter Obi or something, they don't know how it will work. So for now, they're floating Atiku and Obi that ticket of 2019 will be a stumbling block for the APC. But for example, they believe that it is still the time of the South. So if the ADC is not fielding someone like Peter Obi and they're fielding an Atiku, Kwankwaso is saying it wouldn't work for him. It wouldn't work in that capacity for him, because you can't have a northern presidential candidate and also have a vice that is also the north, which is what the APC is doing. Although the APC is not in terms of region, it's just in terms of religion. You have Muslim ticket, but a southwest and somebody from the northwest. So how do you react to this?
Yeah, if you watch me, what I'm playing here is chess.
It's chess.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you, politics is all about game.
All right.
And game must be smart enough for you to win. It's not by grab it, run away with it.
Are you sure?
It's a game of intellectual.
It's not by grab it, run away with it.
No. Politics cannot be. Watch the advanced countries of the world, US, Canada, even South Africa here. You see how they play the game, and you'll be happy to be a politician. But the politicians we have in Nigeria are crude ones. If you listen to my my Facebook and all the rest of them, I call them some certain name that I may not call them here. Now, what I'm telling you is that Kwankwaso, anybody that telling you that Kwankwaso cannot make us something out of this, that person is lying. Kwankwaso is a still force to reckon with.
All right.
And APC knows about it. That's why they are dragging the governor that Kwankwaso and his people put. And you're going to see that governor will not win second term. Mark my word.
Who will not win second term?
The present governor of Kano State.
How are you sure?
That's
part of the Mr. Tony.
He will not.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
They've given him automatic tickets.
The APC have given him.
That's basically
no
what.
No problem.
You're saying he will not win because.
No problem. You will see what will happen.
Okay.
Politics is all about what do you have, and Kwankwaso is not a pushover in Kano State. Go and mark it.
But it's not only Kano State you need now. You need
forget that.
Can really
see, as soon as if it will be possible, Kwankwaso and Obi, you will see what will happen. Before 2 o'clock. APC is out.
The way you speak sometimes.
Oh, I am sure. Even I know that Tinubu.
So much certainty.
I am sure because Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not contest. He will not contest. People don't know this.
I don't know where
they are just mapping their games, trying to see who they will play. You will not know what it will come out.
I don't know where you're getting your own intel from.
This time around, you will show who you
all
are.
That has been going on. Then Tinubu will not now contest. So you mean all of this is done for another different?
Tinubu will not contest because a lot of things are against him. He will not contest.
What are the things that are?
You will see when the time comes.
Okay, so the endorsement that we are seeing now for him is what?
You will see APC.
Have you not seen the money that has been disbursed? Have you not seen the buses already in Abuja? So Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, that is the one in charge of the renewed hope and
my governor need money to take after to look after
all
the
of
state.
That is done for him to eventually not actually. Don't you
Tinubu
think
knows that he will not contest. He knows.
No, Mr. Tony, you can't make certain statements like that because I'm saying that because you know that they have given him. They said automatically he's running.
Tinubu will not contest.
Okay, now
so
you know
Tinubu.
Mr. Tony said I stopped.
Then if ADC, like I keep saying it, that the North should please allow the South to finish their own 8 years. When we finish, Atiku can come. Look, there was a time, you know, that Joe Biden of America ran for president and he couldn't win. But what did he do? He came
Joe Biden of second term.
Yes, no. There was a time Joe Biden, before he now became the vice of Obama. So Atiku should, if I am keep advising him, if Obi cannot even make that mistake. If ADC decide to give it to Atiku, Obi will not be vice, but Obi may support Atiku.
Okay.
Obi will not be vice.
Okay.
Obi cannot be vice.
Mr. Tony Bata, I beg you. When it comes to human beings, there is no certainty.
You see this one?
If you understand behavioral science, I know what I'm telling you. If you understand behavioral science, there is no certainty about any human being.
At least I'm 60% sure of what I'm talking.
Somebody that you're not a close relative with, and he's a politician. So don't make certainties.
Obi is not all that politicians. All these Nigerian politicians, hungry politicians. Obi is not a hungry politicians.
We're not talking about
I'm telling you, most of the politicians you are seeing in Nigeria, they are hungry people. They are mentally derailed. Some of them don't.
So is Tinubu hungry?
Tinubu is hungry.
Hungry for what?
Esther, many things.
Like what?
Both academics, both everything.
He's hungry for academics.
Everything. A hungry man is not that you don't have money.
To say, okay, he's just hungry for power, because when you say all those ones are hungry politicians, are you referring to
development economies? In development economy, there are certain things we know that this thing you are calling money is not what it is. Esther, most of our politicians are hungry.
I'm trying to wrap my head around your sense of reason.
Yes, because if they are not, they won't be doing what they are doing. It is only people that are hungry that are looting the way they are looting. I
asked you a question. You said that Peter Obi is not like the rest of the politicians because he's
not
hungry.
He's not the hungry politicians.
Okay, let's agree that he's not hungry. And I asked you, is Tinubu hungry?
Yes.
You can see him desperately wanting to make sure that he completes 8 years. And I asked you, hungry.
My hunger is relative.
Okay, it's not necessarily for money.
Yes.
Okay, but he's hungry for power. That's what you're referring to.
Don't say hungry. You can be obsessed with power.
All right. Okay. Let's continue. Now, some members of the Labour Party wanted to defect to the ADC today in Lagos, I think on Saturday, and hoodlums numbering about 100 distorted the event. They were wielding weapons like knives, machetes, and all that. And this is not the first time we're seeing this happen in Lagos. When Rose Rival 2 wanted to do his defection ceremony in Lagos, the same thing happened. 3 different locations that they went, and he also complained that the police were culpable. They couldn't protect, the vicinity, the area, offer protection. This time around, they said that they tried to get the commission and spoke with the police, but they kept on saying that it's only the commission of police that could give them the order for them to hold whatever they wanted to do, their meetings or whatever they wanted to do there. How do you see this shaping the political landscape this 2026? Because it's like APC states do not want any opposition to converge, hold any meeting, and very soon campaigns will begin. So what does that mean? What does this mean?
Esther, what it means is that APC have gradually destroyed Nigerian politics or Nigerian whatever. And APC is obsessed with power. And if anybody is obsessed with anything, he can go to extra mile to do whatever that is very, very, when you hear it, your ear will thank God. Because they are no longer interested in the unity of this country. They are no longer interested in the development of this country. That's why you see them making all these things, the laws, the whatever they are doing. They don't care whether Nigeria progress or not. What they care, what their interest is, grab it, run away with it, destroy Nigeria. So long as if you say we cannot be there, you cannot be there. They don't want to rule by the games, by the rule of the game. They are not. So if you look at that kind of people, and they know that they are losing, they have already lost the election. So what do? Is to destroy anything that seems to going to bring Nigerians together or put Nigeria in a process of healing and development. They don't want it. So it's a very bad terrain that they are working on, and it's not good for Nigerians. I remember what you said when you are wrapping up this. You said these things, where is it leading us to?
Yeah.
You asked that question, and the issue is that they are talking about, when you listen people like Ononega them talking, you see anger, bitterness, the way they attack people. You ask yourself, what is it? What is it? And nobody knows tomorrow. So APC government want to destroy Nigeria. They say people are demarketing Nigeria, but they are the people demarketing Nigeria. How can you see how governors, hungry governors, decamping to APC? Nobody disturb them. But why is it that somebody, I want to join a party, I want to join? It's a problem. The other time ADC want to have their alumni, they want to have their meeting. You know what happened? And you see all the institution in this country is dead. Local police cannot protect them. What are they calling? It's for you to protect yourself. And you say something that this time around the opposition should wake up. Who are the opposition? Nigerian masses, we all of us are opposition. And I've said this time with that number, that this time around, this election, that person that want to rig, that table that is coming with guns and machete, prepare. One thing will happen. So Nigerian, this is not the time you keep complaining. Who are you complaining to? Police will not come. Military will not come. So we need to defend ourselves. APC have destroyed this country. APC have destroyed this country. They are decamping from PDP or other party to APC. Nobody is disturbing them. But these people want to go. Even ordinary meeting, you will see problem. It is not the way. And somebody will tell you that this person should not come to my state. I was reading words from youth, what did they call them? So I can't remember, from Lagos, that the first mistake they did, somebody cannot come in their place and win without voting who they want him to vote. I look at somebody that somebody cannot leave their place and they feel somebody, you refuse to vote that person. So whoever they bring in for you to vote,
so in other words, by 2027,
whoever APC bring, you vote.
If you want to come out and vote, if you're not voting for Bola Tinubu, go back home.
Or APC, go back home. I read it today. One of their youth, there was something the youth for Vanguard. This is seriously dangerous.
This is dangerous.
So it's better for them to destroy Nigeria. They are accusing some people. You know this so-called Buhari, they are saying, look at how they are twisting it. If there are some set of region that they saw them into,
that's accusing which people?
About the coup that we are hearing, military denied the other time. Now they are coming up now with some names and all the rest of it. Some people are trying to twist it.
Who is trying to twist it?
Go to social media. Even they don't listen to them. This is an Igbo coup again.
We don't hinge our conversation.
It's an Igbo coup again. Some people.
Yes. Have you seen the list of the names?
I've seen the list.
It's only one person, so how can they tell me?
So how can they bring a Nollywood actor to be?
I don't know what they investigated or what they found out.
Let us wait.
We can't say for sure.
Let us wait.
Because right now, based on the investigation, it's been completed and they're already court-martialing them. And we heard that there are about 40 of them.
Why are they denying it before?
I don't know. That's
why are they denying it before?
A couple of times. 40 of them. The Army Headquarters Garrison, M.A. Sadiq, M.A. Ma'aji, a colonel, obviously with the Defense Space Administration, S. Bapa, Lieutenant Colonel, 525 Signal Regiment, A.A. Hayatu, Lieutenant Colonel A.A. Hayatu, 130 Battalion, Main Ogoja, Cross River States, P. Dagnap, Lieutenant Colonel, 134 Special Force Battalion, M. Almakura, Lieutenant Colonel, 197 Special Force Battalion, A.A. Jarma, a Lieutenant Colonel as well, 197 Special Battalion, A.A. Jarma, a Lieutenant Colonel too, 35 Battalion, Katsina, S.M. Ghana, 115 Task Force Battalion, A.D. Dauda, Armed Forces Command and Staff Colonel Jaji, J.M. Ganax, Major, this is a Major, Armed Forces Command and Staff Colonel Jaji as well, A.J. Ibrahim, Army Headquarters Department of Policy and Plans, M.M. Jida, a Major, 26 Battalion, M.A. Usman, Major, 35 Battalion, D. Yusuf, Major, Forward Operating Base, Molai, AHQSG, J. Ilyasu, Major, 3 Division 3 Division Garrison, A. Mohammed, Major, 63 Brigade Garrison, D.B. Abdullahi, Naval Base Abuja, S.B. in fact the names there's so many, and they're all, except for the Mr. Nandigai, who is the propagandist. Every one of them are from that, axis. But a couple of defense from this government here is that they were caught, so they can't start trying to war with them or exchange words with them and all of that stuff. Possibly.
Yes, I remember that this government denied that there was nothing like that when we had the rumor. So why now? But what I'm saying that what APC government is doing, they have destroyed almost all the institution in this country. We don't have any institution, and that is not good for this country. Because if we have not started campaigning or whatever, and we are seeing these things, so are you telling me or anybody or opposition?
No freedom of gathering.
No, none of them. These are the people that I was accusing PDP, accusing Obasanjo, accusing Jonathan. Now look at, they are doing the worst. So we are not in military because they have destroyed everything. So the only thing that left for Nigeria is self-defense.
How many people wants to carry whatever to defend themselves?
Esther, they cannot kill everybody. They cannot kill everybody.
We're not even talking about that one. We're talking about the fact that they don't even want you to come.
That is the issue. So if you don't want opposition to meet or campaign, then we have to attack you again. We must meet. Look at what Wike was saying. When Wike was ruling River State as Pharaoh or Emperor, Wike cannot give you the stadium of what do they call that stadium? Lekahia side or any of the government property. Wike, if we are not with Wike will not give you. But Wike was saying if Fufubala refuse to give them, they will take it by force. Wike was saying it. So when you look at these people, you ask yourself, who do they think they are? Is that because they think they are controlling the soldier, the police, and all the rest of them? The little they will tell you go to court. By the time they will kill all Nigerians, all of them, they will stay alone, and they cannot kill all of us. All of us will not die. So opposition should brace up. We can't.
Well, in Enugu states, it's not just in Lagos, based on allegation. Alex Onya, I don't know if you know him, he's an educationist. He said that the Enugu state government is threatening their teachers to fill in APC e-registration forms with their NIN or risk losing their jobs. They are threatening their teachers to fill in APC e-registration
This is a rigging method.
with their NIN and that of their family members, or they risk losing their job.
This is a scientific rigging method.
They think it's unfair to them. And he put a picture that anyone who has doubts, here is a form that somebody said, my mom got one. I don't know what Peter Mbah wants to turn Enugu into. So it's not just happening. It's all, most APC states are trying to use this method. So even before the elections, it feels like this is the plan. If you submit your NIN and whatever, even if you don't come to the polling unit, your whatever could be used to vote.
So do you know how they want to rig this election now? With all these things, they know the number of people in all the polling unit. Yes. So when they have it, they will have to either to Viva or whatever. Now, when that one you are seeing is not the one that is going to INEC whatever. So by the time you are waiting for, they say come to collection center, they have already sent this one because all your name and everything will be there. They don't mind that on print. We know all these things. We know their game plan because they know they can't win election. I have said it. Without INEC rigging election, APC cannot win councillorship election because Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are complaining. So they know it's not by governors decamping to APC. But I keep saying, opposition, you cannot fold their arms and watch.
All right, Mr. Tony, let's move on to Anambra State and the current situation with the opening of markets. It's a very sensitive one. I remember the last time we spoke about Zambia was Esther, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I'm like, why? There are fears that if this is not resolved, elements will take advantage of it and start unleashing chaos. Before I started up the show this evening, I talked about sense and strategy. That if a certain method has been used over time for something and it hasn't worked, instead it has caused chaos in your region. Economically, you've gone backward, you've been separated, your youth have been killed, a lot of them you've been depopulated. Why not think of a different method of achieving this? Because the forceful method is not working. So let me give you an instance. Professor Chukwuma Soludo has said that the market has ordered that the market be reopened from tomorrow, being the 2nd of February. He's ordered that the reopening of omnichannel market for full economic and commercial activities, it followed the expiration of a 1-week closure earlier imposed by the state government after traders failed to comply. So that 1 week is gone. And Chukwuma is saying if by tomorrow they do not open the markets, it will be closed again for another week. And that if schools are part of it, they would also join. Now, like I said, all of a sudden, we're seeing Gentle, the Yahoo. He's back on the front line. And questions are being asked as to why is it now Gentle the Yahoo is coming up, What exactly is the meaning of this? What's happening? What does this entail? So I will not play everything, so it doesn't seem as if we're giving credence or anything to this, but let's take a listen to what he said.
Yeah, my wonderful people of Biafra. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are watching me from. I am still remaining your humble brother, your humble servant. If I Chukwoko Dentaza, aka Gentle the Yahoo, Onyezoku in Biafra land. We are not two. I want to bring a very quick information. But before I proceed, I have to say Happy New Year to all my people, all wonderful people of Biafra all over the continent. Even Happy New Year to all my enemies that are calling themselves my enemies, which I am not. Those that say that I will not be alive and see this year, 2026, I am alive. 2026, here we are. Today's date is Saturday, 31st of January 2026. Here we are. You know, on my first video this year, being 28th of this month, I didn't wish my people Happy New Year, but I have wished my people Happy New Year. I'm so much happy and so much glad for my people, for my lovers of freedom all over the continent. I greet you all. I come in peace, likewise as I said in my last video. So I want to bring this information to the notice of the public, so that let it be known to each and every one of us, being Biafrans, those that are fighting for this freedom genuinely. Let us hear it, let everyone hear it clearly. The information is clear, very simple. On Monday, 2nd February 2026, the entire land of Biafra across 13 states will be on lockdown. No movement, no transportation, no banking, no school, and no coming out. If you have anything to do, make sure you finish it by Sunday evening. This become necessary to let Soludo and his fellow Igbo Eflef know that we Biafrans, we are not bowing down to their intimidation of Onitsha market traders. Soludo cannot defeat Biafrans, and from today, any governor or Abuja around that talk nonsense against Biafra or about Biafra, we will cook for that person and his family. They will not finish it. Our land has been quiet, but Soludo put this fire on Biafra land. We will not warn you again, Soludo. We will not warn you again. Final.
All right, so this man just emerged, and basically with what Chukuma said, so we need to ask ourselves certain question, the legality behind a lot of things. It's important. If we don't have these candid conversations, it will be very, very terrible. And there are pertinent questions, and I'm going to start with these questions, and you're going to have to respond to them. So, do we want justice, or do we just want to act like, you know, what a couple of persons will consider to be rebellious separatist? Under what law? This is a question. Is the Monday sit-at-home imposed on Anambra citizens? We're objectively having a conversation here, so please, let's think deeply, not sentimentally. Again, we're in a country, right? The country has not recognized Biafra. So the big question is, under what law is the Monday sit-at-home imposed on Anambra State? Is it a law passed by any legislature or an order issued by any court of competent jurisdiction? Who has the legal authority to compel traders, banks, transporters, and workers to shut down weekly under threat of violence? If the objective is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what specific legal or political concession has been achieved in Anambra since the sit-at-home began, or in the southeast? Has the federal government's position changed in any material way because Anambra markets close every Monday or southeastern markets close every Monday? If shutting down Anambra is effective in terms of adding pressure, why is the same action not enforced in Abia State, the home state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because in Abia State, they don't sit at home on Mondays. People, if you want to close your shop, fine. But if you want to open your shop, nothing will happen to you. Why are neighboring states, Delta, Imo, Enugu, economically benefiting every Monday while Anambra bleeds? This one is for Anambra State, but I think some shops and markets are closed in Imo State as well. Again, Imo State has been scanty because of how bad things got, so it's been scanty. Is there any evidence that destroying one state's economy advances a federal legal case pending before the court? Again, we're asking objective questions. Who bears responsibility for the loss of lives, arson, extortion, and criminal infiltration carried out under the cover of sit-at-home enforcement? Can justice be pursued through coercion, fear, and collective punishment of innocent citizens? Like I said, a lot of the young boys in the southeast have died, have been detained over this call, and a lot of them are innocent. And infiltrators have taken advantage of the clarion call for the actualization of Biafra. Now, At what point does a protest lose moral legitimacy? When it inflicts more harm on its own people than on its alleged target. Some people will say it's not inflicted any harm on them. They're asking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Is it lawful or moral to deprive daily earners of their livelihoods without consent, representation, or compensation? A lot of them says that they are doing it consentfully. Nobody is forcing them to do so. And even if you want them to open their shops, how will you provide security for them? Okay. Now, does law for MNK require the economic strangulation of any of the southeastern states, or can justice be pursued without destroying a people's future? These are just genuine questions. Now, when certain elements enforce it at home with guns and threats, whose agenda are they truly serving? Can a people develop under weekly self-imposed economic lockdown? If the strategy has produced no results but mounting losses, is persistence wisdom or stubbornness, or accurate ignorance? Who benefits from a weakened state? Now, ever since this political dispensation, this administration, I'm sure you've been hearing a lot of ethnic sentiments. Go back to your southeast, go back to your region, go and develop it. We don't want it to develop for us again. That's what they've been saying. We don't want it to develop again. You say you are the economic mainstay of the country. Oh yeah, look at your region. You people are running away from it. You people are buying yourselves and all that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Even if we know what is truly going on there, that they have severely infiltrated and certain elements are taking advantage, but the way it's being seen, whatever is being done is being carried out under the guise of ASN IPOP, despite Asari Dokubo coming out to say that they're the ones doing what they're doing, they've been contracted to do what they're doing. But at the end of the day, if anything happens, the first thing they do before they conclude anything, they'll just put it on IPOP, despite IPOP, distancing themselves. And now we are now having factions. For example, there's this faction with Ngozi Orabwezel. So she's saying that it's official that Ima Powerful is no longer the spokesperson for IPOP. You read that? So you're now having factions emerge over talks like this. And it's scary because you're now wondering who is representing what interest. These ones will say we're the ones that are representing this person's interest. Another one will say no, it's not you, it's us. They are banning Ima Powerful. And it's funny because they're saying the Directorate of State, DOS. Is DOS part of IPOP? Because I'm trying to understand. The indigenous people of Biafra has formally disbanded the use of pseudonym Ima Powerful, directing that all official press releases must henceforth be issued only on the organization's official letterhead paper. The decision was contained in a statement issued on Saturday by Chukwu Kadibia Edoziem, head of the Directorate of State of the indigenous people of Biafra. I'm even confused. How many people are representing what? There is Ngozi Orabwezel faction. There is still the arm of the Simon Ekpa, and there is those of Nnamdi Kanu. So you just see the confusion this whole thing is creating.
Esther, can I respond?
Yes, you can go ahead, sir. I just wanted to
in 1983, I don't know whether you were born that time.
I was not born then, sir. Okay.
In 1983 or thereabout, that was my first time of hearing hunger strike. Dr. Nandu Kebu from Imeriwe came out at that Douglas Road with his mattress that he is, protesting hunger strike. I think that time, Ikwich or whatever, I can't remember the military governor that was in charge of that particular time. Nobody, it was his fundamental right to protest because of what he felt that the governor or the ministry administrator was doing. At that time, they say, Cheki, or those things, if people can remember. That was his own fundamental right. Esther, the people that own the store have the right to close their store and have the right to open it. Nobody should force them to close it. Nobody should force them to open it. If anybody, whatever name they may be, Masob, IPOP or whatever, force anybody to close your shop on Monday with gun and knife, that is illegal. That is, it cannot be open in any country. But if they decide to, or decided to show their grievances against what the Nigerian government is doing to their leader on their own volition, nobody force them. Say, on Monday we will not come. We will not sell, we will not buy. Nobody should force them. is their own right. What I'm against is for IPOP or MASOP or whatever name, I don't know their names, force anybody. And that will tell you that how weak our governors are. The chief security officer. When Obi was in charge of Anambra State as a governor, before Mbadinuju, when Mbadinuju governed 1999, 2000, 2003, you can't go to on a cheap Opi Waker. I don't know whether you know. You can't cross that place. That time, this Obade, they were holding him down. So you can't cross that place. When Ngige came, Ngige tried to do something by using Bakassi. It was not an easy thing. But when Obi came to power, how did Obi change the whole thing? Opi Waker becomes a place you can go and come. All those Angobas, whatever, you can't see them there, nobody's there. That to show you who is a leader, what a leader can do. Now, some leaders are saying that they want to go, but who will protect their lives? There's a threat to their life. And the chief security officer of a state, call himself a governor, cannot provide security for these innocent Nigerians to go and do their normal business. And now you're forcing them to go. When they kill them, you will write a letter of condolence to their family and say, we'll look into it.
But what if he says he's assuring them that...
How many times have they assured them and they go to that place to sample?
But I asked a question here. You know, there were, like I said, two questions. I said, is there any legal, constitutional, whatever, that mandates a group of persons to say, we're shutting down our shops because we're silently protesting? And you've been doing it for so long, and the essence of you doing that has not yielded anything. Rather, it facilitated the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, sir.
Right now, the measure for releasing Nnamdi Kanu, is it by Nzobu? Is it by force? Is it not by negotiation? I'm just saying, is it not by negotiation? Because the same method has been applied since 2020, and he's still been in detention.
Esther, there is no law that says I cannot close my store. There's no law that say I cannot open my store so long as I'm not doing illegal business.
But who has the legal authority?
Excuse me, no.
Who has the legal authority?
Government cannot say they have legal authority to force me.
No, I'm talking about...
It's their fundamental right. Is it not their stuff?
Fine. Because of that, now you're hearing... You're now seeing people come up to give demands. There's some people who are in abroad, some people who are in other states, are going about their businesses and they're giving command. Or banks, or schools. You can hear gentlemen.
Nobody have that right.
No, but that's a question.
Well, that's what I said.
All banks, all schools, all whatever, shut down.
When non-state actors began to dictate what will happen in a state or a country, that's an indices of a failed state. And I said it to ab initio that nobody have right to say, bank, close your market, close this today. No, nobody. They don't have that right. They don't have. And that is where government comes. Government supposed to protect life and property of the citizen, and the citizens have a right to show their anger and their bitterness in a legitimate way.
This affects education in the states. There was a time they even wanted to write their YF.
Yes, they couldn't write it. So where our government is not by force.
But now that the government is trying to come in, you can see.
How are they coming in? Have they tried to find out the solution? How to come about this? It's affecting the economic viability of the Southeast.
People are saying that the only solution for them to open their shops is when Nnamdi Kanu is released.
They are wrong by forcing anybody to stay at home. And Chukwuma Soludo is wrong by forcing anybody to open his shop, his personal shop. Too wrong cannot be right. It's what you let them know. I have said it. Let them know that this thing they are doing is not healthy to the economic of the Southeast and Nigeria in general.
Do you think some people have taken advantage?
Yes, people must have taken advantage.
Of the passion and the drive of the Igbos who have said, if this country doesn't want us, let's find our way. And somehow, any way they want to achieve that, they follow that person. Do you think people have taken advantage of that?
Yeah, both from the federal government and from the other side, they have taken advantage of it. Because most of the insecurity we are seeing in Southeast orchestrated by government agencies. And you know when Asari Dakubo said they are working for them, did they deny it? Even when the minister for works, them and from Ebibagu, we know what happened. So both sides are taking advantage of what is happening because they are feeding from it, and they don't want this problem to come and end. That's why you see it. What Nnamdi Kanu is demanding, is it not what other people are demanding?
Yes, but if you look at those people who
so why must they put him there?
Why must they put who?
Nnamdi Kanu.
Where?
Why must they jail him? Why?
The question now, Mr. Tony Mbata, is this. Right now, Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. The next question is, what is the plan to see how somehow he can be released, so that somehow the people in the southeast will feel a sense I'm coming to feel a sense of, at least for one thing, this man was fighting for us, right? And you have been releasing other terrorists. You've been negotiating with them. You've been releasing them. You negotiate. For example, I heard that the Kaduna the church members who were abducted in Kaduna, that 80 of them has been released, and one of the things they did was to give them their motorcycles, and God knows how much was also given to those guys to release them. So they are saying, if you guys can pamper these guys, give them money, you don't catch them, you don't prosecute them, nothing. What did this man do that you've imprisoned him? Let's just say that there is injustice in that. Let's just say that there is injustice in that regard, or there's a sense of inequality when it comes to persons from that region. But the question is that the strategy, the clamor, the method through which they've been trying to seek attention from the government to seek his release has not worked. How about utilizing another approach?
What another approach? When they declared
it, I'm saying that the same thing has been ongoing for a very long time. Sit at home, sit at home, sit at home, which has escalated to the point that with the protest that was conducted by Omoyele Sowore and all of that, now he's in Sokoto prison. We even heard that it was meant to be more than that. The man has tried to write for him to be changed to another prison. They've declined it. In other words, the only way possible is a political resolution, and that would depend on the southeast governors, if they're not the ones that kept him where he is, to negotiate with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, like the Yorubas did for, and the monarchs did for Chief Sunday Igboho.
Yes, let me correct you something.
If there is a method through which that could be done, why is that peaceful, quiet approach not done, rather than the consistent stay at home and clamor and shout? And then there is this perception that is being created, like these guys are, just being stubborn.
It's a no. The Ohanese Ndigbo, led by Chief Emmanuel Iwaya, as I know, have visited the presidency to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, peaceful resolution. I know many Igbo notable personalities, even Professor Ben Wabweze, many of them have met the government to release this guy.
That was during the administration of Buhari. Now with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mbata, who is the Ohanese Ndigbo president, have you heard him say anything about that? About the release of
many people,
or they're negotiating behind closed doors? Ever since this Ohanese guy emerged, I've never heard him say anything.
Please, don't believe what the federal government led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu people are telling us. People, both Ohanese, they have met with this government for the release, for peaceful resolution of Nnamdi Kanu. The issue that they try to paint it as if the Igbos are not doing anything for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It's a lie. They are doing it.
And you think that the political leaders are also doing something?
They are some of them, not all of them. But because they want to paint a figure so that our boys who hate our leaders, they are not doing anything for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But if it is the other region, they will release them because they believe that let us offer these people.
Are you sure that Nnamdi Kanu had not been approached and said, you know what, you need to concede?
Concede what?
Is it possible that if you agree to certain concessions, for example, one of them is you will stop agitating, that you want Biafra or whatever IPOP, maybe there are some conditions that were given that he refused to agree to. Could it be the reason why he's still in detention?
I will speak for Nnamdi Kanu because I'm not his spokesperson.
Remember, Justice Binta Nyako was recused. Remember, after it went to the Supreme Court, they asked that when they came back to the Federal High Court, when the case was asked to restart, one of the things that was suggested, I think, during the trial process was if a political resolution could be met. I think Aloy Ejimakor was part of his legal counsel, and it was shocking that he couldn't come to any resolution.
Esther, you're not far from the truth, because most of the appointment given to, even the one they give Bianca Ojukwu them, some of them are political arrangement in order to see if they can pacify Nnamdi Kanu or whatever.
Pacify him.
Yes, for him to drop some of the things. This is my own take. Some of these appointments they are giving them because they believe that Nnamdi Kanu is very close to Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, that if the wife can talk to him, he will support that. But the question is that what is Nnamdi Kanu demanding? You said we are one Nigeria, people, no problem everywhere, and the young man and people say we are suffering, you are marginalizing us. Okay, let us have a referendum. You said no. Tell me what Nnamdi Kanu is agitating. Did anybody see Nnamdi Kanu carrying gun? Even the charges against him, he brought in this and that. What we are saying is that what people are doing, the Igbos, sorry ma,
okay,
the Igbos, the leaders have been doing their best, but because federal government want our boys to see.
That's what you think.
Yes.
Okay.
This is what they are doing. They know what they are doing. That's why. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma. I want to make a point.
We cannot dress this issue anymore. We can't be doing cover up. This is a very serious thing. Somebody's life is at stake, and if things are not being done properly, whatever effort certain persons have been making may be a waste. And one needs to apply wisdom and be careful.
Yes.
I've been saying some things. A couple of persons are not seeing certain things. For example, somebody on Twitter was complaining today that there was a new junior secondary school textbook, something about history, and amongst all the ethnic groups listed, the Igbo wasn't part of the ethnic groups listed. Igbos, it was like that ethnic group was deliberately left out. Hold on, Mr. Tony, hold on. We're speaking strategically and not sentimentally. Now, the thing is this. It's the impression some of these things are creating is wrong. And it feels like whatever, if you want to call it a trap, as a couple of persons are terming it, certain persons are falling into that trap. Now, let me ask you, do the Igbos have one voice in addressing this matter?
Majority of Igbos, let me say this before I answer your question.
And I mean the Igbos.
Yes.
With the official front, an official face, an official organization, an official outfit, is there a particular one? So aside from the general public, which obviously are everywhere, I'm talking about an organization that has been solidly pursuing this thing with one voice strategically. Is there one that is recognized as that?
I said yes.
You say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so who is DOS? Who is IPOP? Who is what?
Esther, let me answer. There's something you said. You say when things have been long, is there no other thing? I want to reference you. The Bible say weeping may endure forever, but there comes joy in the morning.
We're being strategic.
When you say this is what they used to try to make the Igbos look as if we are not doing anything. The Ohanese, I told you that Ohanese and Igbo have approached this matter severally with federal government.
And Igbo do you have?
We have one.
What
we have one.
Who is Isiguzo?
Everywhere we have all these things.
Mr. Tony,
not only Igbo that we have problems.
Hold on. I said let's not dress the thing is this is what is here. You have factional group. You have the Isiguzo.
The same thing we have Arawa and other places.
We just listen, please, Mr. Tony. Like I said, it's important that we address. You're addressing a lot of people.
Yes.
You can't cover these things anymore. I am saying the misrepresentation and different groups is causing confusion and allowing elements to infiltrate and adulterate whatever efforts genuine persons are making.
And I'm
asking you, Mr. Tony, how do you address this? Not to say government is the one making it seem as if this time around, if it's obvious what is on ground, what is the collaborative effort? What is the collaborative front to make sure that something works? The method that has been applied has not been working.
Esther, I am telling you that Ohanese from even before Iwanyanwu have been approaching this issue of Nnamdi Kanu to release him. Even former Ohanese Igbo, the late one, professor, whatever, have met the presidency, and also they have been meeting them to release it. But what I'm trying to let you know that federal government want to create an impression that the Igbos are not speaking for Nnamdi Kanu and nobody is doing it.
You're saying it's federal government.
It's federal government that do all these things. They know what they are doing. This is a calculated attempt in order to demonize our leaders as if they're not doing anything. They are doing things. People have been approaching them because they want to make sure that we keep seeing our leaders as if they're not doing anything.
Do you still support the continuous sit at home despite the fact that it has not yielded anything? Do you still support it? Yes or no?
I will answer your question. If nobody is forcing them and the trader decided to,
so all the schools and the banks
stay.
Are shut down. For example, if there's an emergency and somebody needs to go to the hospital on a Monday, you can't get any form of medical assistance because there's a shutdown. Or somebody wants to collect money in the bank. Somebody sent money to somebody who needs money in the bank to eat, to whatever. Considering how hard things are because of the lockdown, you will say it is willingly. Or students who want to go to school because of the lockdown, they're not going to school. Or on that same lockdown that they're not opening their shops, a lot of them go to the stadium, they go about their activities, nothing affects them. Is that what you are actually saying?
Not what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that I cannot be represented. Nobody should force anybody. But if the people of the Southeast said Monday should be sit at home, nobody should force them.
All right, my own is the fact that a couple of persons who are pushing this, a lot of them are not at home. They're not at home, and you don't know how things are for people.
When the was pushing his own, he was in Benin.
Certain persons are giving order. No, he was not in Benin
Republic. He was where?
No, before he was arrested. He wasn't where he was doing. He was in at home. Before he was taken away. No, Mr. Tony, you understand where I'm going. Don't detract where I'm heading to. What I'm trying to. This is a very sensitive issue, and we need to advise properly. What I'm trying to say, Mr. Tony Mbata, is this: that certain persons who are, for example, you just see one person say, because of this shutdown, lockdown, and you are in abroad, you are in US, you are in a place where things are working, your kids are schooling, they are not staying at home on a Monday, they are going to the market, they are opening their shop, they're doing their businesses, or you are in another state where nobody is economically impeding you from locking your shops. I'm just saying we're trying to be objective here in analyzing this. I'm not taking any, I'm just saying that I asked you, is there any other alternative method through which this struggle can be achieved quietly?
Yes, strategically. If we have governors that are chief security officers, they can stop it.
You said the leaders have been speaking and working and advocating, that the government is presenting.
Not political leaders. These are political governors are collaborating with the federal government, doing whatever they are doing. But people, or Hales and Igbo have approached these things. I'm not confusing you. I'm telling the reality, and people know that. Ohanes and Igbo and some other Igbo leaders have been approaching it, but because we have political leaders like governors.
And Ohanes and Igbo is which group?
Both Mbata group.
Which Mbata?
It's not everything that Ohanes is doing that they will come to the press and start telling the press.
All I'm saying that if that
federal government should stop painting our people as if
federal government is painting.
They are the people creating as if our people are not. They have said it. They have met him. Release this young man for us.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to hear your thoughts. If you align with some of the responses given by Mr. Tony Mbata, please, there is no sentimentality to this. I asked questions, and I asked questions, and there was a reason why I asked those questions. So if everyone cares, if you're from that region and you care, I want to know what you think. Also, we talked about the situation about the ADC currently, where they try to converge, to hold up meetings, to have conversations, and then hoodlums dispersed them. All right. We also had another conversation concerning the fact that what if, the Lauren Peter Obi should join the All Progressives Congress. If he joins the APC, then he has a clinch to get a ticket sometime in 2031 and all that. Kwankwaso is saying that he's uncertain in joining the ADC because it is not a certainty that Peter Obi will get the ticket, because if Atiku is the one that is going to be fronted, it will not make sense for him to be a vice. And Kwankwaso actually wants to be a vice. He wants to be at the top echelon of things and not just to be an ordinary member supporting. So, and then the situation with Anambra State, I played Gentle the Yahoo. Would you agree with what Gentle the Yahoo is saying and the instructions given? And then obviously the DOS are saying that Emma Powerful is no longer the spokesperson. What does that even mean? What exactly is going on with that group or with that organization? I'd like to know your thoughts. Shukuma Soludo has said that by Monday tomorrow he's expecting the markets to open. So if the markets don't open, then what does that represent? Are we saying that authentically right now the governor does not have any say over his state, but certain actors? I'd like to know about that. All right, let's take your call. 080 3692 0803692 and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening, happy new month.
Good evening, Esther.
Welcome.
Good evening, I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine,
Yes.
Alright, go ahead, sir. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Diane.
Diane.
Yes.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay, that's
Hello?
Okay, so this one.
Okay.
Mr. Tony Mbata, I greet you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
It's a name of joy whenever you are on the studio.
Thank you.
Well done, sir. So, Mr. Soludo, I wouldn't want to be professor because he's not behaving like a professor. Honestly. Let him just, why can't he use a diplomatic approach to this thing? This thing has been there even before he became a governor. Let him just deploy some level of diplomacy. He can even, I will advise him for free. He can even say people should come market on Monday. You have the security. Then we can give you some kind of incentives. Like whenever you come to market on Monday, nobody will tax you for 1 naira. For those people that collect tax on them. Then if you are buying something for 100 naira, you buy it for 30 naira. You can use this pattern instead of using force. Now, so all governors in East using force on people, going to know that you have suffered a lot, giving to all the marginalization, all the humanization, all everything that the person to in that East. That is very vividly clear to everybody. Look at. So they should take it easy. If you like, let him lock down Anambra for 100 years. People will still respect.
Hello?
That they will respect, which is Nnamdi Kanu. And until it comes out, Twitter will continue. Thank you very much.
All right, 08036929933, 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma. Welcome. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. When you call, turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am. Welcome.
Okay, please, this is first time caller.
Oh, wow. Let me ring the bell for you.
Thank you. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month to you, ma'am.
Okay, please, just want to talk on the area of this regional election and all that. You see, like we do my business is under power line. 2 weeks ago, they came with your forms like that we should fill it. But if we do not fill it, that the way we are staying, they will collect it. And we are like, some said they are not politics, they are not into politics, some said they are not politicians. So, and before you know it, they said that they know that it's only Igbo that kick against their option. So therefore, the Igbos will leave that place. You know, this is what saying, I don't know how to say it. So, some people, they see it as a childish play. But for the people who are in the something, we know what you are facing in the hand of all these people. And it was not like that before. The last time they came, that was on Tuesday, they said that, now if those, for those that did not feel their sin, that their bank accounts will be pampered and all that. So I don't really understand what these people are doing or what they really want to turn Nigerians to, or we the Igbos. We are not safe in their hands. You know, I see one is Barua inside. I know what I'm telling you. You can ask anybody. The way they come to us as if we are meeting in Lagos State, or they talk to us as if we are meeting. I don't understand. Then the second one is this, concerning the sixth attempt. The gentle Yahoo that said that nothing, anybody that comes to open shop tomorrow, that this will happen, that will happen. We don't supposed to say that.
Not just shop, every activity should not close tomorrow. Yeah.
So anyone who is, maybe if someone is sick on Monday, or maybe the person is out of cash and want to withdraw money for personal or emergency something. So the person will not go and withdraw it. Okay, the person you said okay should go and do the business. So you forgot that there are people who, if they didn't go out for a day like this, they won't have food in their house or on the table. There are people that okay, let me just go. Children start, so let me go and see what God will do today. If I come back in the evening, you cook and eat. So you don't know all those ones. Okay, the people you telling to stay back and stay on Mondays without going anywhere, how much did you not give them as their, how will I say it, as their alpha or their omega? Please, it's not everything they will be saying in air. Because before you come out and give any emergency instruction or anything, you should look back and consider the other people. If you are okay, there are people who are still believing God for their own blessing. So please don't be annoyed.
Oh, well,
thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, ma. She said, "Don't be annoyed." Who is that? we are not annoyed. We're having a candid conversation. A couple of persons will berate. Like somebody on YouTube is already saying Esther is not a supporter of Igbos because blah blah blah, blah and that I have a Yoruba boyfriend. I don't have a Yoruba boyfriend, though. We're having a candid conversation here. All right, we're looking at things from a different prism. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening.
Are you playing music there?
Good evening.
I can hear music at the background. Can you turn it off, please? Can you hear it too?
Yes, I can hear it.
Hello? Okay, please kindly call back. When you call back, you can. We're streaming on YouTube, and it's not one of the whatever. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Happy New Month.
Same to you. My name is Joseph Pocky, former citizen of Nigeria, now retired.
But you're not tired. You're not
I
tired.
will not. Yeah, I'm not tired. That's why I'm calling you. They have not paid me my pension.
Really?
Now, yes, now Nigeria they owe me. I don't know.
Hey.
What did I do? No go start with the gentle the Yahoo.
Yeah.
Anybody will get a phone number. Not tell her what you supposed to. I don't care where they now. All those people where they cause problem, they no say na government. Because any insecurity, let me tell you the fact. If someone allowed Boko Haram in Lagos here, everybody would have been running up and down like we have in Kwara and other states we had. So we already know that any insecurity, the governor allowed it. Like in my state, my governor cannot even play rough play. They're not a blood group now. You know they talk plenty. These are five documents here. Do you know that when he was arrested, boys went to release him? I want to tell you for a fact that diplomacy is the wrong thing to do in Nigeria because we do not have a law, we do not even have a judicial system. So getting the Yahoo is that powerful, like she just issued a threat. We should try to go and we should take down those people that are disrupting the peace in the southeast. That's all I have to say for you.
All right.
Now, to your issue of the other point you raised.
About the convergence of ADC members that hoodlums disperse them.
Yes. Now, that issue. Oh my Jesus. Like Mbata told you. I want to advise Nigeria too. I'm just only advising them. Like I made an instance during this Boko Haram issue. Imagine a church that has every military artillery. And this Boko Haram is attempting to cause havoc. And somebody got out maybe for one reason or the other. Is making a call and saw these people. I use an RPG. Do you think we will be talking about Christian genocide? So if ABC know themselves, 70% they came with. If the people that are gathering is around 200 or 1,000, they should hold their side though. This thing you are talking about is not election. That's not what we guarantee a peaceful election. And from the way I see, I tell you when they fall like this, they don't want to spread the guy to go the campaign at Tinubu for 2023. Then they're waiting to tell me now so that they force civil servants
Yes.
to oh my God. See, Nigerians, as on the hear me so, if I never hold on a Kalama na hold on because
Don't start to. Bye bye. I know radio. Hello. Good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Hello. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello. Ah, God. Some people would call and be playing something in the background, and you want anybody to. Hello. Okay. Bye bye. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello,
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Happy New Month.
Thank you, my sister. God bless you.
Yes, welcome, sir.
My name is Mr. Made calling from Ejibo.
Mr. Madi, welcome, sir.
Yes, if you all these things we are saying, I know you people are trying, honestly, to make sure that Nigeria move forward. But the kind of people that are leadership, they don't have Nigeria in mind. They don't love us, and they pretend as if they love us. How can a father have a family and he has what it takes to feed them, to educate them, and he is not doing it? What do you think that children will be in future? Yes, sir. So what our leaders are doing is not good. The way they are going in this coming election, APC, I'm telling you from eyewitness, the way they are doing now, they ask you to, they have form, they ask you to write your NIN number, write your BVM, write your PVT number, and give to them. That's how to do the campaign. Is that how to move forward in this country? My sister, it is no good. There is intimidating people. If you see the way the market women, the church people, the mosque, they are going to street now. The intimidating people for this situation that I'm telling you now, honestly, that is not the way. Coming to whether the Ohanese and the people, the Ohaneses have tried. The Ohaneses have tried. We are from what was it? We are from other people. From Buhari time, these people are people that don't want us, but they need us because of what they are getting from us. This is the way I am describing this in Nigeria. These people are people that they don't want us, but they need us because of what they are getting from us. This is not the way to move country forward. Nigeria is a state of confusion now. State of confusion, serious confusion. We are at a crossroad now. So nothing is going. But you see how people are trying now. My sister, this is not.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Sir, happy new month.
Yeah, happy new month. I just want to sharply say something.
There's a music at the back end there. Can you help me turn it off, please? You guys calling on WhatsApp, can you kindly turn off any music, anything playing at the back end, please? I beg you. Hello?
Quiet, please. There's nothing here.
Okay,
can you hear me?
go ahead now.
Okay, now I said let me quick say something.
Okay.
This DOS, they said I don't know where they got the news saying more powerful is not the spokesperson. That's by the way. By God grace, I'll be in Sokoto by next tomorrow. I want to sing around the Kano myself. I don't know whether after listening to your show, as in after your show, whether you listen to your show again, like the one they did in the morning, like this was one woman that did this Igbo program. That woman analyzed everything. She stays in Baghdad. I know her too well. Law or something. He made it clear. This DOS, they are the original IPOB. But I'm not even thinking of that side. So whoever that is saying Imam Powerful is not the spokesperson, I don't know where the propaganda is coming out from. Because I follow. Yes, Imam Powerful is a spokesman for DOS. DOS is the original IPOB leaders, not all those propaganda people that government are using in the. Come to Soludo, what is doing in Anambra State? Why is he threatening the traders and the school? Why is he not threatening the bank? Why is he not telling bank not to sit at home on a Monday? Because you know that the people that own the bank, they are the powerful people in the world. But that's not even the issue. Whatever they are doing, using this gentle Yahoo, that is doing both roles, the guy analyzed everything. Shebi they said it's AI. At the end of the day, the guy put the date and everything. So all these Ohanese, whatever, these people they use political power to appoint Ohanese. The people you see Ohanese in Lagos talk another thing. You see Ohanese in Anambra talk another thing. They know Ohanese, we know the Ohanese. So whatever they are doing, they should keep on doing it. Because what I'm trying, the main point I call for is that way they say DOS, that Imam Powerful is not the DOS, is not the leader. It's the main spokesperson of the IPOB.
They're saying that is a pseudonym that has been abused and misused over time. That any information that is coming out that does not have the letterhead, any press release doesn't have the letterhead of IPOB or whatever, should not be taken as official or serious.
Okay, now the Kana has made it clear that whoever that is doubting everything,
any individual or group
Okay, now the kind of made it clear that everybody should come. Whoever that is doubting his command or whatever he's saying, they have every right to come and visit in Sokoto to hear from the horse's mouth. They are not paying anybody. That's all I have to say anyway.
All right, thank you very much. So you see now they are saying that they are categorically stating that they did not authorize any individual or group whatsoever to issue a lockdown or sit-at-home order across Biafra land on Monday, 2nd February 2026. That's what the Department of State is saying, that anybody sending any letter, that's why they are banning the name Ima Powerful, that it has been misused, it has been abused, and they've used it to do a lot of whatever. So anything from now that is coming up as a press letter of indigenous people of Biafra, Department of DOS or something like that. So, and they are not supporting the lockdown. So if IPOB is coming out, this one they're saying that the official IPOB, that the Directorate of State is categorically stating that it did not authorize any group or individual whatsoever to issue a lockdown or sit at home across Biafra land from tomorrow. Now, Gentle Yahoo said what he said. On Thursday or Friday, we heard Ima Powerful say that from Monday, there will be a lockdown. Every institution will be locked down in South. So, can you see the confusion we're talking about?
Esther, what I'm trying to let you know is that I said it before, when non-state actors began to dictate what will happen in a state, that is an indices of a failed state. All the governors of Southeast, they have failed.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
What's
your name, sir?
My name is Friend. I'm calling from Bushi.
All right. Happy New Month, Sunday.
I wish you the same. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
You see, this Tinubu issue, and then I'm writing, it's a very simple. You see, there's no way you can see two captains in the ship. And then once the two captains in the ship, I tell you that ship must collapse. Whatever you see. Now, so we don't know that he is the man in charge, known as the governor of Anambra State. There is people that he lead. Now, I'm not saying that people he lead now, people he lead as those who is controlling in Anambra State. He doesn't need fight. Or did he need gun? Did he need bomb to put them in order? All you need is dialogue. Human is not animal. They have been pissed in Anambra State for more than how many months or years now? But why this one now? It will do things proper. And then I know it will go fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Let me take a few of your messages because we'll soon be wrapping up. This person says, good evening, Esther. There's something I really don't understand about this Anambra issue. Those that always come to attack the market on Monday only. Why is it that they have never come for once any other day in the week? Can someone explain why it's mainly on Mondays? Mr. Sam from Ijegu. All right, good evening, VOP. My own is very simple. Let's protest now that US is watching over our country, or forget about MNK. Mwaba from Surulere. All right, Mwaba, thank you for calling. I'll send you a message. Tony Bata is so sentimental in his submission. He should stop misleading and misinforming about the happenings in the Southeast regarding Nnamdi Kanu's matter. It's people like Mbata that talked Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto Correctional Center. He's part of the problem, the Mr. Know-it-all, Nnamdi Uzoku from Lagos. Okay, Nnamdi. Good evening, Esther Wachuku. Soludo is not the only governor in the Southeast region. Sit at home is happening in other Southeast regions like Abia State schools, major markets, Area Market, Huru doesn't open on Mondays. We Igbos know that the Southeast governors are responsible for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration period. Engineer Kenneth. Mr. Tony Mbata, good evening. Soludo is not the... Okay, I think I've read this. Mr. Mbata, good evening, Esther. Mr. Tony Mbata makes me laugh. Is he in the mind of the president? Every one of them is hungry. Be Atiku Peter Obiamichi, please. None of them is a saint. Esther, well done. God is your shield. Abraham from Aja. And he says, Mr. Tony Mbata, blame game will not help the Igbo continue blaming the government. The lockdown is the federal government. Abi, no problem. Good evening, Esther. Abraham from Aja, Lagos. Okay, Abraham. Well done for your message. Good evening, Esther. I greet your guest. Now, if I may ask Tony Mbata, who is your leader? Which leader do you have? Let me tell you today, if you want this man to come out tomorrow, let all governors unite. Thanks. From Momo Ayodele. All right, Mama Ayadele. This person says, please let's not deceive ourselves and call a spade what it is. Hope Uzodima, Oji Uzo, Devu Mahi are currently Bola Tinubu's besties and will never pray for Nnamdi Kanu's release. The way APC is using their thugs on the opposition in Lagos and other places will only embolden the opposition more. Okay. Good evening, crew. Like Soludo and Sanwo-Olu, birds of the same feather, speaking like authoritarians. You haven't provided security that will make insecurity in the state to be eradicated. You want to push the people into the lion's den to be killed, just like when the president said people should go to farm in the midst of bandits and Boko Haram. It's a suicide mission. All right, this is from Lekon in Lagos. Well done, Lekon. Good evening, Esther. Nobody can satisfy human beings. Applying the law of Wiri Lafiwo can be applied when stubbornness persists for too long. Every supporter of IPOP should also close their business wherever they are to show the level of their seriousness. Enough of nonsense. The criminal did not gun people on Monday. Why Monday? Majority of Southeast support sit at home in solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu, like the way they supported Ojukwu that made them fight unnecessary war. Okay, what's your name, sir? You didn't write your name.
They will not write his name.
Good evening, VOP. Good evening, Esther and your analyst in the studio. Esther, you see this APC is doing by threatening people to forcefully fill form with their PVC. God will disgrace them in the process. As for Anambra issue, the governor should approach the issue with caution and not escalate the situation. This is June from Okota, my first time of texting. Welcome, June. Welcome. Esther, good evening. If they say you have Yoruba boyfriend, so be it. Very soon you're going to be hooked by Yoruba handsome rich guy. Your wife from Iyanukwaja. If the Lord pleases, my dear, the Lord pleases. Udemezwe from Ladipo. Esther, are you what? You see, you're one of those people that used to think one way. Udemezwe. Good evening, Madam Esther, and your guests in the studio. Please, the primary purpose of government is the protection of life and property, and they have failed with such duty. Now, you pass the blame on the people. Professor Soludo should calm down and engage the people diplomatically. Closing down the market is just perhaps a knee-jerk approach to the issue. Let him go back to the drawing board and do the needful. Thank you. This is from Cousin. All right, Cousin, well done. This person says the elite in the south is at the problem of Nnamdi Kanu, period. Stephen Akimbisola, Ijegun, Lagos. Mr. Tony Bata, please, what's your final take?
My final take is this. People should not be insulting the sensibility of the Igbo race, and they should stop painting a scenario as if the Igbo leaders are not doing anything. Right. Government should do the needful and release Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Tony Bata. I sincerely do appreciate all of you. I'm sorry I can't take all your messages, but somebody here says, Esther, on Mondays I work in Ladipo. I don't open my shop. Soludo is just looking for more security votes. All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We need to wrap up. I'll be seeing you tomorrow on the Evening Rush. Kindly make it a date with us. It's at VOP 903 FM, and you can subscribe, to VOP 903 FM on YouTube. On Facebook, it's Esther Wachku. On X is at Esther Wachku, and on YouTube, Estic Media, ESTIQMEDIA. You can subscribe there. Comrade Mbata on Facebook.
Chima Mbata Facebook.
Mbata on
yes,
Facebook.
Mazi Tony Mbata
on
TikTok.
Facebook. On TikTok.
Yes.
you do. All right. Do have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye for now.